if you think about some of the greatest grudge matches of all time, the fights suck. It's true. It's a fact. The fights never live up to the hype. I hoped that because these guys match up so well stylistically, that it would make for a great fight. How many takedown attempts did you guys see? Right? Zero. I mean, they just went in there and they went at it. And it was a hell of a fight. It was a great fight. Usman ended up pulling off the finish. And then if all of it wasn't dramatic enough, one judge had it 3-1 Colby, one judge had it 3-1 Usman, and the other judge had it 2-2. And, you know, going into the beginning of that last round, Colby was winning that round. And then Usman just came on and then caught him and then finished him. I mean, it was an incredible fight.
How'd you have it scored?
I had it 3-1 Usman. And Cormier had it 2-2.
What do you think this does for Usman's career? Not just winning this fight, but winning the way he did in the 5th round.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, first of all, to be in such a big fight, and the numbers were really good tonight, and to win the way that he won in a fight that was that good. I mean, at the end of the day, when you're on your way up and you become a world champion, and these fights are in front of you, when you go in and you perform like he performed tonight, it's the stuff people love.
And you know, Jorge Masvidal has been saying, you know, I want bigger fight. I want big fights, not necessarily a title fight. After what I just asked you, you know, how much bigger is Kamaru now? Do you think that's the fight to make?
This is a big fight. Yeah, Usman versus Masvidal is a big fight. Usman tonight was his coming out party, man. It was a big night for him. He beat Woodley. Then all the bad blood going into this fight against, again, and I have to reiterate. I said it to you guys yesterday. Don't let all the stupid big mouth stuff that this kid says overshadow the fact that he's tough. Thinks he had a broken jaw. It's not verified that he has a broken jaw or not. But if he does have a broken jaw, he was saying that in like the 2nd round, 2nd or 3rd round. He fought the rest of the fight with a broken jaw, if that's true. So,
and 1 round as well.
Yeah, and 1 round. So he's a jackass, but he's a tough guy. He's tough. He's durable, and he's got a hell of a chin, and you know, beating him means something.
Is he a guy you want to continue to have in the UFC?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with him. I don't have a problem with Covington. So, you know, I'd love to do him and Woodley next. That would be a fun fight. But if he has a broken jaw, he ain't gonna be around for a minute. So he's gonna after a war like this, he's gonna have to go rest, take care of himself for a while, and then we'll see what he wants to do. You know, listen, I've dealt with his type a million times in the last 20 years. You can tell that he is not happy that tonight did not go as he planned. He came out with a game plan and, you know, his whole little, you know, whatever the hell he had going on in his mind that he was going to do or whatever was going to happen. And Usman stomped all over that. So we'll let this kid go back, heal up, and figure out what's next.
How good was Alex Volkanovski tonight?
Yeah, he looked good. Listen, I have nothing but respect for Max Holloway and how tough and talented he is. And Volkanovski won that fight.
I know you don't make matchups the night of, but obviously Holloway might be the best featherweight of all time. There were 2 48-47 scorecards. Fight was probably not that close, but would you consider an instant rematch for him?
Rematch, Australia.
All right, well, there we go.
There you go.
I got you to do it.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, why not? Why not do the rematch and do it in Australia? Australia has become a massive market for us, man, and now that super talented people are coming out of that area, it's just getting even bigger. So, yes, I would do that.
You can have Israel and Volkanovski on that same card in Australia.
Yeah.
The roof off.
Yeah.
Regarding Jeff Neal, fantastic performance tonight. I mean, nobody's
so good.
Mike Perry with punches, that was sensational.
Yeah, no, that was very impressive. He looked big tonight too. Didn't he look big? Yeah, he looked big. Yeah, he looked good.
Where are the bonuses going this evening?
Fight of the night. Obviously, the main event. I'm going to kick a little something to the 2 guys in the Cara France fight too. Those guys was a great fight. Him and Moreno. I'm going to throw them some money too. Not $50,000, but I'm going to give them some money because it was a great fight. Irene. Yeah, how about Irene? Well, nobody asked me about Irene. Come on.
Yeah, so she
One of the top 5 women in the world, one of the hottest prospects over the last several years, blows out her ACL, is out for a year, comes back, and Aldana knocks her out. And she is probably one of the sweetest people you could ever meet. Hardworking and a really good human being. So it's cool to see good things happen to good people.
She's actually won 5 of her last 7 fights, and the 2 losses are split decision losses to 2 women who have now fought for the title. So is she up next for Amanda Nunes?
Boom. How about that with the stats? Yeah, hey, she looked good. She looked so good tonight, and she beat a top 5 girl. Let's see where you guys end up ranking her next week, and we'll see what's next. We love her. We love Aldana. She's an absolute sweetheart, a grinder, a hard worker, yeah, we'll see what's next.
Is there any chance whatsoever that Amanda Nunes' next title fight could be at 145, though? I mean, is there even anything out there for her in that division?
Sure. Listen, if we start looking, I guarantee you there's something out there. And I don't know. I'm going to talk to her. Her and I are going to get together later and talk. She had a tough fight. It was good to see her go 5 hard rounds. It's good to do that every once in a while when you're knocking people out in the first round. And to take on such a tough challenge again. Second fight, sometimes a lot of fighters have this mentality. I destroyed her the first time I fought her. I already won that fight. Why, why even do that again? It's not. I probably won't beat her more impressively than I did the first time. Believe me, I can't tell you how much I hear that. And for her to take the fight again, much respect. And said this to you guys the other day too. I knew she wasn't going to face the same person she fought the first time. And she went hard that first round. I mean, she tried to finish her like 15 different ways in the first round. You could tell that sucked a lot out of her. Squeezing her arms, friggin', throwing heavy punches. And it was a good fight for her.
We spoke to Clarissa Shields earlier on. She's keen to maybe have a match with Amanda Nunes. And I know she was caged tonight. Have you managed to have a chat with her about her thoughts about the UFC?
Well, obviously, I'm talking a lot about boxing now, too. And I think that you can't talk about boxing without people like Floyd, who I'm talking to, without people like Shields, and the list goes on and on. All the top 4 heavyweights right now. So yeah, I mean, I've been talking to people in the sport for a long time. The reception's been good, and people want to work with us. So if there was a possibility for some type of crossover or her coming here, she's been wrestling and doing that stuff. We'll see. We had a meeting yesterday. I like her a lot, and it could be fun.
Petr Yan looked like an absolute killer tonight.
Yeah.
What do you see next for him? I mean, I know that, again, you don't make the fights, but he looks like he's really starting to rise to the top of that division.
Yeah. And Faber doesn't want to hear that he's old, but he's old. And if you look at what Faber's done in his last 2 fights, winning the last fight against Simone, and then he looked damn good in this fight, too, up until, he's fighting a young, hungry savage in Yan. And much respect to Faber. He looked damn good. But, yeah, Petr Yan is a savage. And he's ready to go. This guy wants to fight everybody.
Do you think Aldo won his fight?
I do.
Yeah, it seems like the public consensus felt that way.
Yeah, he won the fight. Listen, you can't win a fight running backwards for 2 rounds. It just doesn't work that way. I don't know what those judges were watching, man. To give that to Marlon's crazy. But he won it. Cejudo hit me up tonight and said, he said Jose Aldo absolutely won that fight, and I think that you should treat him like he won that fight. He says, I want Jose Aldo.
And you told him?
Awesome. What would I say to that? I'm not going to say no. I said awesome.
But would you give Aldo that fight off a loss?
I don't know. We'll see. He wants it. That's what he wants. Cejudo's the man right now, so we'll talk about it. So, Tuesday we'll all get together and have a matchmaking meeting and start talking about what happens as a result of tonight.
I agree with you that Faber looked real good in that first round. I also agree with you that he's old. He's 40 years old. Yep. Do you want to see him continue to fight?
He looked damn good. It's up to him and his family. They're going to have to figure out what they want to do. he looked damn good. He took some damage tonight too, though. His eye and his, he's got a baby. The guy's done everything that you could possibly do in a career. He's a legend. He's got a beautiful family. You start looking at yourself, and you're not 26, 27 anymore. And why? Why? Other than money, he has a gym. He's got other businesses. He can make money. So it's not as much as I don't think that Faber can't compete. It's more about why.
Looking ahead to UFC 246, will we have a chance to see Conor and Cowboy together? You guys have any promotional plans, or should we just expect to see them on Fight Week?
Yeah, no, we're going to do something with them and talk to the boss over here. She'll tell you what's going on.
Boss, you got anything to add?
We will be doing a press conference during Fight Week.
During Fight Week press conference. Okay. Do you think it's kind of interesting because, during Conor's rise, it was almost part of his offensive weaponry is that he was able to get in guys' heads before, and now because he doesn't like to do these press conferences ahead of time, you think he almost loses a...
True. I don't think that he doesn't like to do the press conferences ahead of time. I think that if we pushed to do a press conference, Conor would have done it. I don't think that would have been an issue.
Okay. And last thing for me...
Conor doesn't mind doing them. He just likes to show up really late. Yeah.
And speaking of press conferences, Khabib did something in Russia, and he mentioned that you guys were trying to get him out here this week to have a press conference. He couldn't make it, but he might be there in January. Is there a chance that he'll be in attendance for Conor's fight in January?
Yeah.
Like not more so than a chance. Will he be there?
Oh, I don't. But there's a chance. Yeah, he could be there. Okay. I'm not saying for sure he'll be there, but yeah, he could be. Love it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and special content, subscribe to ESPN+.